King Alexander, wide receiver for the Philadelphia Cougars. Number 13, baby. King Alexander, as the draft approaches, how are you preparing to maintain the high standards you set in the minor league, especially with your nickname always open? Not really going to be a whole lot that I'm going to have to do, in my opinion. Just keep working, keep grinding. That's all we've ever done. And the results just show on the field. There's nothing more to it. Just hang out with my teammates, talk a little bit with them, pick their brains, see what they're thinking, my coaches and all that good stuff, and just put together the best plan that we could come up with to help me be the best teammate I could be. The nickname is great. I love it. I do feel like I'm always open more than 7-Eleven. But at the same time, it's always about doing what you can for your teammates beyond just being open, right? I like blocking. You know what I'm saying? If I got to block, I'm trying to put somebody on their ass. So we're just going to continue working hard, grinding, and, showing up every game day. During the combine, what specific skills or attributes are you planning to showcase to solidify your position as a top pick in the wide receiver role? I mean, during the combine, honestly, the thing I'm looking forward to the most is run blocking. I want to put a couple cornerbacks on their ass. I'm looking to pancake a couple people. If I could pancake 3 people, I know I'll be set. That's the thing. That's what I get most of. I think running routes and catching the passes, I feel like I did that in the game. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I got enough of that on tape. I care about the blocking. The blocking is going to be the fun part because that's mano-a-mano. Who lifted more? Who put up that strength? Who put up that run block? So that's what I'm looking for. That's where I feel like I'm going to have the most fun. I'm going to set myself apart. Your statements preferring not to be drafted by teams that won't start you has stirred some debate. Can you elaborate on what led you to make a bold declaration? I understand that in this league, they keep saying it's not about necessarily what you do on the field, or it's about how you converse and all that good stuff. And I understand that y'all feel that way. All I asked for was a chance to earn a starting spot. I'm not quite sure how that rubbed people the wrong way. For someone to say I want a shot at starting. I didn't say give me a starting role. I didn't say I have to be wide receiver 2. I said just give me a fair shot at wide receiver 2, right? Because you guys say it's not about what's on the field. All I'm saying is if wide receiver 2 is dropping a lot of balls and I get in there and I'm catching the passes, then maybe it's time to think about moving me to wide receiver 2. That's it. If I earn it, give it to me. Simple as that. That's all I'm asking for. However, if that statement rubs you the wrong way, then maybe you're not the coach or the organization for me if you don't want competitive players, right? If you want someone who's okay with positions being handed out and just being given to you and cemented in, cool. I'm just asking that, whoever's performing better hits the field. That's it. End of story. Don't think that's too much to ask for. Don't think that's crazy to ask for. But if it rubs you the wrong way, I feel you and I understand. You don't want a competitive environment. And that's okay. I didn't say I earned it. I didn't say I get to have it. I just said I want a team that has a spot where I can potentially earn a starting role. Now, judging off of those mock drafts, saw some names up there. Hey, look. Take them if you want. You feel me? Take them if you want. It's your team. Make your own mistakes. But what I can tell you is, you can ask my locker room. I got their backs. I ride for them. I'm a fantastic teammate. You know what I'm saying? Let them speak for me. If I'm wrong, cool. If I'm right, cool. But do your homework. That's all I'm saying. Because, I come with on the field. I come with off the field. I talk the talk. I'm trying to walk the walk. We trying to make rivalries. This is what the game is about. But I guess the game has gotten a little soft lately. It's okay, though. How do you respond to critics who say your attitude might be a risk for teams drafting you? Well, listen. If my attitude affects my draft stock, that's fine, right? Because, again, I come in, played well. I had fun talking trash. I got good teammates. I had good mentors on my team. Constant communication. I don't really see what the downside is here, right? Asking for a fair shot to compete for a starting role is not the same as demanding a starting role. But if asking for a fair shot to compete at a starting role is just a little too crazy for y'all, I get it, and I'm fine with that. That's okay. But with that being said, you got to be on a team with me to understand, right? Team first. You got to be on the team with me to understand. I had no problem blocking for B Nasty. If I could block all game for B Nasty and we win the ball game, I'm fine with that. That works for me. I'm cool with that. But you know, hey, some people gonna feel the way they feel, and I can't undo that. I can't change your mind. I don't even want to convince you, in all honesty. If I gotta convince you, I don't want to convince you. But if you trying to have someone who's always open on that team, who's always chirping in the chat, who's always up for smoke, I'm your guy. That's competitive spirit. But everybody don't have that anymore. So do understand we live in a different time than, you know. Can you give us insight into how your experiences in the minor leagues have shaped your approach to the professional level? It was more so about learning how the game runs, how the game on the field, the game speed, and all that good stuff works. So I can kind of figure out exactly what I wanted to do with my build and how I wanted to make sure that I was progressing myself. So along with learning how to, you know, be a good teammate and be there for guys like B Nasty and Ryan Davis, I just wanted to make sure that I was able to make the proper content to make it fun for everybody involved. The process of integrating the marketing side of things and the PR side of things into the on-the-field play in the chat, that's the part I love the most. So something I'm working on and just continuing to build and walk through in terms of how to carry myself and how to create content for, you know, seasons to come. So I feel like that just overall the entire experience as my rookie season or my first SFLM season was just a learning experience, non-stop learning, constant learning, on the go. So definitely something I'm going to take with me to the professional level if I do get drafted. What message do you have for teams that are on the fence about drafting you because of your start me or don't draft me stance? Well, hold on. Again, we've already addressed that. I didn't say start me or don't draft me. I simply said give me a fair shot. Right? So, again, if you're on the fence about that, you probably should cross me off your list. Because I'm a competitive person. And if someone's not performing, even if it's me, they should be in threat of losing their position if someone else is performing and I'm not. So no matter who that is, that's just how I believe things should go. Everything should be earned. I don't want anything given. I want it earned. So I just want a shot to earn what I want. If I'm balling and someone else is not, start me. If I'm not balling and someone else is balling, bench me. That's how that should work. If I'm not playing up to standard, let someone else play. Because I'm hurting the team. So let's figure it out. And then when I'm back right, and if they're not, you know what I'm saying? That's how things should work. That's how sports works. So, you know, if you're on the fence about that strategy, if that somehow, I just can't, it's so hard for me to imagine that struggling or that rubbing someone the wrong way to have a competitive spirit. But if it is, I mean, it is what it is, bro. I'll see you on Sunday or whatever day we play. Just know, again, I'm always open. I'll cook your team and whatever other team I got to cook. I'm going to hit the field at some point in this career. If I was you, I'd hope it's in your jersey. How important is the role of media in shaping public perception during the draft process? And how do you plan to manage that aspect? Well, listen, media is big. It's huge. It's everywhere, right? That's exactly why the whole always open thing started, right? It's about building a brand, building culture. Everything is about building culture and controlling perception and all that good stuff, your public relations. That seems to be the biggest thing in this league, right? So that's why we do the marketing campaigns. That's why we do the pictures with the stats. That's why we do the taglines. That's why we do the mottos. That's why we do all that stuff, because we want to build that up so that way we have a public perception. And right now, a name is caught on. Cool, boom, now we got a brand, all right? With the brand, some people are starting to skew it as egotistical, all that good stuff, but go ask the team. The team know I got them, right? That's simple enough. If you need to figure out what kind of team I am, go ask the team. One thing I know, two things for sure. I'm a fantastic teammate, and I don't really care what everyone else outside of my locker room feels like. As long as my team know I got them, that's all that matters to me. And if that's a problem for y'all, I mean, listen. It is what it is, bro. I'm telling you. I'm making a list. I'm taking notes, right? I'm watching every jump. So every name that gets called for mine, some of them are very good names. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I deserve to be drafted number one, but I do know there were some names on those mock drafts. If you take them before me, you making such a mistake. But I do respect some of the people on those lists. Like, for example, Mawson King was a dog, bro. Watched him beast. Niquez, oh my God. Dude, I watched the Niquez. He's not even in the draft. I watched the Niquez play. I lost my mind, bro. He was crazy to watch, yo. B Nasty is one of my boy. You feel me? Knox, yo, watching Knox play was crazy as hell too. So shout out to them guys. The rest of Henry McGee's. I watched my boy safety Tyler Highfield. Over in Chicago. Zion McNeely, beast. Some people I saw, great talent, got misused a little bit, unfortunately, but got misused a little bit, like Devin Lloyd over there in San Jose, dog, but just couldn't they couldn't find a place for a 99 speed receiver. That's crazy. But just a couple people I like to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing people get drafted 100%. What player do you feel like you model your game after? Are you attempting to emulate on the field? For me, ooh man, it's tough. Because right now I'm like a big body receiver, not fast at all. Probably be closer to like a Larry Fitzgerald, right? But ultimately, I would really like to get to like a Chad Johnson. Ocho Cinco was that guy, but I want to make Ocho Cinco's career. You know what I'm saying? So when you see, you know what I'm saying? When you see King Alexander always open, you see AO, think Ocho Cinco. Without all the off the field, you know what I'm saying, issues, without all that, think what would happen if Ocho Cinco got everything he needed, had the career he was supposed to have with the talent he had. That's the goal right there. So when you see me, you think of Ocho. When you see Ocho, you think of me, King Alexander, number 13, always open, baby.